Are there some labels that you've had to outgrow, but it's dragging you, back to it?
So I think people are generally like that.
Okay.
When a child begins to fall, you as a parent, you have to encourage. After a while, you see a child to stand, you need to put props. People are at that stage where either they are afraid, fear, it's also can be a limiting factor. So they are afraid to move. When you've stayed in a particular position for so long, you've outgrown it, and you've outgrown it. Our survival instinct kicks in. You just feel okay, you get comfortable. Because it's not a safe place. Even though it's a wrong place to be, it becomes a safe place because you probably don't have help or you don't have someone trying to pull you out of that stage.
How do they break free from it? To meet up to who they need to be.
Reality check. Sometimes you need someone external to jack that person
Auntie,
out of that state and say, my friend, will you move? But then look at David. David was, when they had taken all his family, his properties, men were angry. These were men that were chasing after him, walking with him. And then all of a sudden, we're like, David, it's your fault that they've taken our families. Now they are gone. They were so mad they could even hurt him. But the Bible said something. He encouraged himself.
When help comes, how do you respond to it?
All God wants of us is faith as small as the mustard seed. If you see, the mustard seed is what they drop on your burger. Your beef burger, chicken burger, those tiny things. And all he's saying, just your faith to be as small as a mustard seed. Your identity is hinged also on your faith. So that consistently believing in yourself, irrespective of what people think, say, or talk about you, it's critical.
I once heard of a butterfly who refused to fly even after fully forming. It kept trying to crawl like a caterpillar because it was comfortable on the ground. Isn't that just like us sometimes? Sometimes we have outgrown some seasons in our lives, but because of fear of, embracing the next step in our life, we keep squeezing ourselves to the old name tags that we are used to. Too strong, that failure, too loud, that fixer, and everything that comes with it. Today, we are going to look at a topic that says the new identity, living beyond the label you have outgrown. And with me today is no other person than a woman that I so very much admire and love. Oh my God. Let me tell you a little bit about her. You all know that I'm a single mom, right? Yes, when I first got pregnant and life was very confusing, I was lucky enough and favored enough to have stumbled into this young woman. At the time, she was very young. And she's still very young and beautiful. Let me not say young man, she would knock me on the head. I had to put that disclaimer. I stumbled into her because my church at the time, I had to go to her house for care group. And in that state of confusion, in that state of depression and everything that I was going through at the time, she found me. She put her arms around me. She held me by the hand and walked me through that journey. Every step of the way, the crying, the confusions, the complaining, everything. Auntie Joy was just there for me. And it's such an honor to be having her sitting down here on the MYT podcast today. Like, it has been a long time coming. And this is no other person than Auntie Joy Baderi. Is an architect and she's a director in the head of Civil Service Division. Right? Auntie, did I say that right correctly now?
So let me just say I'm the Director of Infrastructure Management.
Okay.
In the Office of the Head of the Civil.
Oh yes, Infrastructure Management. No wonder architect, Infrastructure Management.
Because if you wonder what am I doing?
Yes, I kept on, yes, it makes a lot of sense now. Wow, Auntie, it's such an honor to have you here.
Thank you, Joe.
It's so good to have you. I haven't seen Auntie in a very guys, you have to forgive me. I don't know how else to call her. She's my auntie, like I told you. So bear with me. Auntie is what I'm calling her throughout this episode. Auntie, how are you doing?
I'm fine, very fine. Always a pleasure to see you every
Wow.
anytime.
Auntie, I haven't had the time to say thank you personally for all you did for me. To be honest with you, my story won't be complete without you. I cannot start telling that story. I remember that time in Gadwa, in that my self-contained BQ apartment, and then Auntie was always there. It's either she was there to give me a bowl of rice or to just help out with something.
My family. That's all I will say.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. Auntie, talking about the new identity, living beyond the levels we've outgrown. What are some, I will start with saying, what are some levels that you personally have outgrown? Is it in your childhood, in career, in culture? Are there some levels that you've had to outgrow, but it's dragging you, back to it, and you're trying to,
Thank you. I think it's a beautiful topic.
Yes, Auntie.
Especially as you likened butterfly. It's already a butterfly, but it's still pretending or thinking it's a caterpillar. So same thing with labels. So some labels that I have outgrown, as a single mom too, I've outgrown that label definitely. And then growing up as a child, I think one of the things was when you're a laid back child, they kind of assume you are lazy. I remember having to one time take a book and write more than 100 times, I'm not lazy, because it just felt I always want to do my things and my chores very early, and then nobody should disturb me. So it felt like I was lazy, like sleeping too. And I love to sleep. So it looked like I was lazy. So it's one of those things that, oh, you are lazy. No, I've done that too. And then being in a career that is dominated by male, you always have to outgrow those kind of labels where people think you are not capable or you can't do certain things.
Yeah.
So you always keep using your actions and achievements to prove them wrong over and over
Very again.
Especially when you work on site, you have to handle jobs that they think you want to climb the roof. Women climbing roofs, wow, inspections of difficult things. So you have outgrow those labels that say you are weak, weak at sex, you can't do this, this is not you. So I think it's a continuous run in life.
Yeah.
Where you outgrow labels because life is in seasons.
Yeah.
So when that season passes, you need to outgrow and move to the next season.
Wow, that is so rich, Auntie, because you touched about family, you touched about career, you touched about so many things, and then you said something very profound. You say we keep outgrowing seasons because as far as you keep growing, and you have to find newer versions of you, and then have to let go of the older ones. That leads me to my next question, Auntie. I say, why do we often stay stuck, in positions we've outgrown, even when we know we have changed? Like, it in you, you've seen it that, see, I'm not on this level anymore. But somehow you still feel drawn to that older you, even though the new you does not require that older you anymore. Why do we feel like we need to be there?
Okay, so I'll give you an analogy.
Okay.
Children, when they are born, you call them newborns.
Yes.
They grow 3 months, they are sitting, right? Then after a while, you call them toddlers.
Yes.
Then you call them that name about them being the crazy in their crazy, they become teenagers and you don't know what to deal. You call them young adults. then later on you are speaking to maturity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people are generally like that.
Okay.
When a child begins to grow, you as a parent, you have to encourage. After a while, you see a child to stand, you need to put props. They hold this, you stand a while. If you take it, they fall. And then people are at that stage where either they are afraid, fear,
Mm-hmm.
it's also can be a limiting factor. So they are afraid to move.
Yeah.
You understand? Then nobody there to prop them, to push them,
Mm-hmm.
to encourage them, to motivate them. So those are some of the things that keep people in positions. And then, this after a while, when you've stayed in a particular position for so long, you've outgrown it, and you've outgrown it. Our survival instinct kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
You just feel okay, you get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a safe place. Even though it's a wrong place to be, it becomes a safe place because you probably don't have help, or you don't have someone trying to pull you out of that state.
Okay.
So you just become comfortable in it, and you there's this mindset too that can creep in. This way I'm meant to be. Maybe it's the will of God. Maybe that's the real life setting. Because there's no motivation for you. No more. Push out that state.
Wow.
So I think for me, those are these kind of scenarios one can think and keep somebody stagnant, limited, stuck.
Wow.
Particular place when they should have moved out.
So, Auntie, I hear what you're saying, and which is very profound. But I'm thinking, how can someone who is, feeling stuck in that kind of position, how do you break free from this? Because sometimes especially when it's allowed to stay for too long, you see that it looks like the brain has even normalized the position, and it's almost like it's almost like they remain there. So would we even say that they have outgrown that position? Or how do they break free from it, to meet up to who they need to be?
So I don't know if this is a Christian program, but because
Auntie,
I'm always
so
everything I do has to comes from the Bible.
Minding Your Tomorrow is a faith-based.
Awesome.
Yes.
So you see, let's look at that guy that was sitting at the well.
Yeah.
Where Jesus came by and said, he looked at him. That guy has been staying there for more than something years, and he asked him a question. Do you want to stand? Do you want to? He said, because he stayed for so long, he was stuck. His mind was fixated. He was now like, if the angel comes.
Yes.
So he was looking at why he couldn't stand up. So people that have been stuck, they look for reasons to justify. They look for reasons. Their mind tells them reasons. The emotions speak reason. Oh, my daddy was not. Oh, I lost my daddy at this age. My uncle, this one. Good reasons that seem good. And Jesus just looked like, do you want to be healed? They asked him. He was saying, nobody to put me in the water. Those two, the answer and the questions don't correlate. And they're
yes, relatable.
He just said, pick up your bed and walk. For me, it should have even given me enough. My friend, what's wrong? Will you pick up your bed and walk? And maybe that's what he even did.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think reality check. Sometimes you need someone external to jack that person up.
Auntie,
out of that state and say, my friend, will you move? My mom will say it's like you are driving the demons out of resetting the person's mind.
Oh my God.
Default setting. But then look at David. David was, when they had taken all his family, his property, his men were angry. These were men that were chasing after him, walking with him, and then all of a sudden they were like, David, it's your fault that they've taken our families, now they are gone. They were so mad they could even hurt him. But Bible said something. He encouraged himself. So he found himself in a situation that wasn't what he thought he ought to be. He was already anointed king. Here he was still living like a fugitive, and the enemy had even come to take everything. The Bible said he encouraged him. So that one now will speak to where you have to, from
within,
inside,
from the core,
break out.
Auntie, what you're saying is very profound. Why am I saying this? Because it's just very relatable, especially the analogy of the blind man by the well. You know how you said he was already comfortable and then he was making excuses. So Jesus is saying something like, do you want to be healed? And the man is saying, no, there was nobody to stir the water. There's this. Oh no, my family is poor. Oh no, this is that. Oh no. So these are excuses. Somebody is coming to you and saying, do you want to be well? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What do you see? People are asking you questions. Where do you want to be? How do you want to get out of this situation? Oh, there's nobody to help me. I cannot be helped.
Their minds are already locked up.
So you're not even seeing beyond your excuses. You're not seeing it when somebody is even there as a solution for you.
You can't even see anymore.
Wow.
But if you look at blind Bartimaeus, he said he heard. He didn't even see Jesus. He heard. Or he had heard that this guy was in the business of healing people. So he heard. What's the rouse? What's happening? He said, oh, Jesus is coming. Oh, that guy. As Jesus was close and he heard the crowd, the tumult, more people, he was shouting, Son of David. People were like, be quiet, my friend. He shouted the more until Jesus said, bring him. Jesus saw he was blind. But he still asked the same question he asked that man that was sitting down by that lake or that pool. And he said, do you want? He said, what do you want me to do for you? And everybody's like, Jesus, can't you see his blind? Blind Bartimaeus. Sorry, he had a label.
Yeah, blind Bartimaeus.
He did not think twice. He already knew. Said, that I might see. He didn't even say, that I might see. So that was another person that had already, he was blind, but he could see. He could see himself with sight. He was blind, but he could actually see himself with sight.
Yeah.
And immediately he said that he got what he wanted. So when one is stuck for a long time, those are 3 different personalities. Someone that is stuck but can see beyond his environment. And he has vision, and he's saying he's blind, but he has a vision. I'm sure he was saying, oh, the day I see, I'll marry, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll get a new job, change my clothes, move house. Possibilities. He could see possibilities once he got his sight. He comes out of that state. Another person was there at that stage where he was waiting. Okay, see, if I was at the one sitting by that pool, I will be in the pool. Or my leg will be in the pool.
Waiting for it to be stirred.
Because I wanted to be healed. So that since somebody could push me, just tell your family, put me by the pool. Let me one leg be there. When the angel stays,
I will feel it.
Be the first.
Hey!
But the guy had settled. He was happy. He was
content
in his bad, dire condition. He was like, just
what will be.
Reason you can't help. Family is not around. The angel might come tomorrow. It might not be today. So he wasn't even prepared for the change. And then there was David. Nothing was working, but David was encouraging himself. So you probably be asking, which one of these three scenarios are you?
That's the question.
That's the
Which
question.
one of these scenarios are you, and how do you respond when help comes?
Thank you.
For those who are the man by the poolside, you can relate and you're finding yourself as the man by the poolside. When help comes, how do you respond to it? Is help already in your corner? You're just not seeing it. Are you already being helped? Are people already around you and you're pull you out?
You are just like fear, limitation. Oh, so if I can walk now, that means I'm going to go and really walk.
Yes, you get.
Because nobody's going to be giving me all this
food
money. No, now it means I'm going to. Do I want to do that? And then your body just calibrates and say, maybe you should just say, okay,
oh my God.
Excuses. But somebody that was, people were dropping coins, so it was fine, was like, man, this is not the life I want. Mine was. So something you could say also is the state of mind.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself?
Yeah.
What do you perceive of yourself? And those perceptions are spiritual.
Yeah.
They are your innate perception. Who do you see yourself?
Auntie, this, what you just said led me, it's just like my next question. It says, what role does faith play in embracing the new identity?
Faith is key. I think, so the Bible says without faith, you can't please God.
Yeah.
But beyond that, without faith, you can't do anything. Just can't do anything. It takes faith to come out of your house in the morning.
Yeah.
And say, I'm going to work, believing that everything will work for you. It takes faith to even sleep, thinking that, I'm going to wake up in the morning. That's faith.
Yeah.
It takes faith to go to the bathroom. So for me, if you are not a person, even faith, all God wants of us is faith as small as the mustard. If you see, the mustard seed is what they drop on your burger. Your beef burger, chicken burger, those tiny things. And all he's saying, just your faith to be as small as a mustard seed. So your identity is hinged also on your faith. Who do you see yourself? You don't even have to know God. You don't even have to. All you need to know is, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that things can change? Do you believe that if I just push another day, take it a little further, things will change? So that consistently believing in yourself, irrespective of what people think, say, talk about you, it's critical for your identity.
And I can't get past this analogy you gave about the man sitting by the well. And then I feel like a lot of people are sitting in that position, especially with a lot of things going wrong in the country. The cost of food is very high, cost of living has become very high. And I think I can't get past that man sitting by the well, because I feel like a lot of people are sitting comfortably in that position. Especially with the state of Nigeria right now, and it looks like there's no help coming from anywhere around. But just like you rightly said, there are things that are evidence that he could have done. You said if it was you, you'd have put your leg inside the water, waiting for it to be stirred. If it was you, you could have leveraged on your situation. And for those people who are in this position right now, feeling like there's no hope, nothing, how do they start saying? Because then again, it comes from believing in themselves, just like you rightly said. But I feel like before you even believe in yourself, something has to be stirred up on the inside, because they're not even believing. How can somebody who is in that position now start liberating himself in his mind?
Honestly, liberation starts with us.
Inside.
You as the individual. It just starts with you. You say something about how can someone is listening to your podcast, listening to what you're doing. Something stirs.
Yeah.
Something is stirring. Do something with that Small, maybe small, but do something with it.
Hmm.
Because sitting down, like the 10 lepers, those lepers that were outside the world in Samaria, they were not 10. The lepers that were outside the world in Samaria, and they were starving, just like Nigeria, because there was a siege.
Yeah.
And they said something. If we stay here, we will die.
If we go to the
we will die. So we might as well go
and die.
But go, because for you to come out, you must do something. Bible was saying to Esau, he said, when you are tired, you will break it out. You will have to break it out. Nobody else is going to break it for you. You have to do something.
Yeah.
And it's in taking that step that something happens, something gives.
Yeah.
Something gives. So even the guy that was sitting by the poolside, at the end of the day, was he not the one that carried his bed and walked? He said, Jesus didn't say, be healed, touch him. He just said, my friend, carry your bed, get up and walk. And as he took an action,
obedience,
what happened? Something happened.
So I hear you say it's all in the action.
Yeah.
So when that thing is stirred on the inside, just like the pool is stirring, make a move. Do something, just there is always something stirring around us. It's either, and then especially in this world of Instagram and TikTok, where there is so much.
If you scroll, you laugh a while, then you see something serious and something that is urgent that hits you.
Yeah.
Just drop the phone and do something.
Yeah. So I think the problem lies in the decision in the points between hearing what is stirring your spirit and talking yourself out of doing it.
You must be the one. Honestly.
Yeah.
You must be the one.
And then there's always that thing that says to you, do this. But you tell yourself, okay,
you give reasons. See, everybody has 1,001 reasons why something should not be done.
Sure.
So my friend told me about, I don't know what does she calls it the 5-second rule or something second rule. In between thinking it, don't overthink. Just as the thought hits you, just do.
Yeah.
So you see, there are people that like to, when they wake up in the morning, they just want to get up, they want to run, move around, and then they probably end up staying another hour. So you're having a challenge. So you wake up in the morning, don't think, just put your feet down and stand up. That's the 5-second rule.
Wow.
So you say to yourself, I'm going to have juice this morning, or do blend and do something that you really, really want to do. Don't overthink it. Just do. Is because that split second of taking the action is all that matters. Immediately you take the action, it's like everything falls in place. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah, because what you're saying is so profound, because sometimes using the juice, the other day I wanted to juice some fruits, but I honestly did not have the energy to go and start peeling pineapple and then cutting it, and then I was feeling so overwhelmed. But I knew that I wanted to drink, and then it's either get a Coke or take the juice. And I honestly did not want to take Coke. I wanted to do the juice, but the wahala was plenty for me. And then something just said, just stand up and go to the kitchen, peel that. And then by the time I started peeling it, I peeled one, and then it became, it even became fun.
It's fine. So take the action.
Yeah.
That's minute you hear and your soul is stirred up and you think, this is all I need to do, take the action.
Wow.
Call the person, write the application, stand up from that bed, move.
No more excuses.
Just move.
No more excuses. Auntie, how do we discern between who we are becoming and who people expect us to be?
So when I became a single mom,
Yeah.
I told myself I didn't care what people thought of me or felt about me or expected of me. I just felt, Joy, what does God expect of you? So that was like 28 years ago.
Wow.
And that's how I've lived life. What does God expect of me? It's His plans I'm fulfilling. I'm not fulfilling your plans. I think it's too much pressure.
Yeah.
We put on ourselves, expecting what society, thinking about what society expects. Society does not expect civil servant to have my kind of husband.
I know, right?
Society does not expect someone to dress, a lady to dress, but this is my typical dressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as I'm comfortable and the Holy Spirit is fine with it.
Mary
is my prompt. I don't care what society says.
Wow.
Because they will get on board later on.
Yeah.
Society always has something to say.
Yeah.
One person is, oh, it's fine. Another person is weird. Shouldn't it be like this? You can't please every other person. And I think it's when we stop trying to please people and please God, find out that every other person gets it. I'll just say, don't be bothered about what society is thinking of. Are you more bothered about, are you pleasing God? Are you comfortable with yourself doing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So people get comfortable with you after a while.
Yeah.
Because that's your identity. That's your real identity. You cannot change who God has made you or created you to align to society.
Auntie, what you have just said is very, very profound and amazing. The fact that you have to, forgo anything and be yourself. All you need to ask yourself is God happy with what I'm doing? Is the Holy Spirit happy with what I'm doing? And once God is happy with what you're doing and you are happy with what you're doing, then the rest is history. Wow. Auntie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been just incredible listening to you. And I feel like the viewers out there who are going to, in fact, you touched on everything. If you're that butterfly who you're supposed to be flying by this time around, but you still want to, crawl on the ground like a caterpillar, Auntie has said so many things that would help you just navigate this situation. But before I let you go, Auntie, I want to ask the last question. And this is, what would you say to somebody who is in this situation, who is afraid of being misunderstood, who is afraid of letting go of old labels, maybe even because of what people will think or what people will say, or because people are comfortable with seeing them in that position, or because they are afraid of embracing the new them regardless. What would you say to them?
So I would say life is in season. There's a time for everything. And we look at the seasons. When it's raining, the next thing you have, things are growing. After a while, things are blossoming. Then you have things are drying. And then it repeats itself. And I think life is in that stage. There's a time where you reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Time where everybody's fine with it. Time where you're no longer comfortable being that same person.
Yeah.
Because you've outgrown your friends or your circle. You can't be there anymore. The calling God has for you is no more relatable. David was a shepherd when he needed to be a shepherd.
Yep.
That was a learning experience. He needed to get all those learning experience. That's why he fight
Goliath.
After that episode, he became a warrior. The season had changed. He couldn't be a shepherd.
Yeah.
He wasn't, his parents didn't like him. But he couldn't be that anymore. It was a new calling. So I'll say to the person, what God calls you for today will be different from the assignment He gives to you for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And your own purpose is to align with those things.
Wow.
Not what any other person says concerning you.
Yeah.
You know, we need to get over those, what will society say? I got over it a long time. Because when you're a single mom, society has already said something.
Yeah.
So do you live with that label?
Yeah.
Oh, I got married. The label changed from Joy that is a single mom to Joy that is a married woman. Changed.
Yeah.
I wasn't waiting for society.
And
after that, changed to Joy that works for government, a civil servant, a mom going, having children, raising children. And so society, mine has changed.
Yeah.
I'm in a new season. And that season is being a public executive.
Yeah.
It's changed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing those things I used to do. And my kids were like, Mommy, so I'm an empty nester now. The child has left the house. The last is in uni. And so, like, Mommy, don't you miss me? I said, no.
I'm living my best life.
This is a new me.
Yeah.
Reinventing myself.
Yeah.
You know, when the Bible says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, it's saying to you that for every season, there's a new you.
Yeah.
And the grace to become and to do for that season is made available. The grace to be a single mom was there when it was no longer necessary. I moved on.
Yeah.
Grace to be married, having children, raising children was there when it was done. I moved on.
Yeah.
The grace now to run with career is what is available. You understand?
Yeah.
I can't be doing what I was doing back then. Times have changed.
Yes.
And then the grace, when the time to be doing grammar comes, I'll be doing grammar.
Yes, sir.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Being grandma is not mommy.
Yeah.
You'll be that you will not have that capacity to do all the things mommy does.
Yeah.
When you are grandma.
No.
And it's for a season too.
Yeah.
They come to my house, I'm happy. After how many hours, I'm like, please be going.
Come and be going to your house.
I'm not mommy, grandma. I need rest. So you see, seasons will always come and you need to change with it.
Wow.
And that is how you keep evolving. Then one day you find out that, oh, you're old wine. Beautiful, sweet, you've experienced so much. But if you have stayed and not moved, and not changed, you would have missed out.
Wow. It's in seasons. You didn't say because you're married, but because everybody knew you as a single mom, you want to hide your marriage. You want to not show that you're married and you remain the single mom everybody knows because you don't want to offend them. You got married, you are in civil service when you became an executive. You didn't say, oh, let me play it cool. Let me tone it down just so that nobody is offended. You have to find a way to embrace the new you as you're evolving. You embrace the old you. Made the new you. You're happy it was there. It was necessary when it was there, but it's time to let it go and make peace with reconciling and just loving the past that you have had and embracing the new you.
That leads you, that equips you for the new journey.
Honestly.
So they are arsenals.
Wow. Thank you very much, Auntie. It's been such an honor. We have been talking with architect Joy Badering, and she has been just pouring knowledge and years of experience on us on how to, navigate being stuck or get over old labels especially when we have embraced new ones. It has been a journey today, and it's been quite an experience. And I hope you have learned one thing or two. And I hope those excuses you're making for remaining a caterpillar instead of soaring and flying with wings like a butterfly, you get rid of them today. Until next time on Minding Your Tomorrow, my name is Chioma Ezani. Peace out.